A business education? I love being educated, especially about business. Huh. Responsible leadership through diversity and inclusion. So, attempts at leadership without assessing people on characteristics that are not determinative of merit is an irresponsible way to be a leader. Got it.
For PwC, when we look at responsible business leadership, that's our really elevated corporate responsibility. And as we focus on corporate responsibility and what we really give back to society, that's about giving people a voice who don't have one.
Giving people a voice who don't have one. All right, I'll bite. Who does not have a voice? And how do you know they do not have a voice?
And so when you think about diversity and inclusion, that's what diversity is about. It's making sure that we can give back to those individuals who need that extra effort in order to help them, given what society has done and given really the systemic degradation of different racial groups. And so we have to make sure that those things come together, what we do for the community as well as what we do for those actual individuals in the community.
Oh, so PricewaterhouseCoopers assumes an inherent lack of initiative, skills, and ability of people in certain racial groups and, effectively, takes pity on them, doing for them what they are unable to do for themselves. And PwC knows this to be true about them because of the racial demographic to which they belong. Got it.
One of the things that we do a lot of at PwC is hire amazing graduates who come into our environment and have these great skills.
Oh, graduates with skills. Well, great. You're looking for people with demonstrable and personal merit. I completely approve of this message.
The skills that they don't have enough of is really the understanding of they're going to be working alongside people who are very different than they are, people who have different skills and different backgrounds, but also different races, different religions. And we don't necessarily see people having that understanding when they come from school into our workforce.
So graduate students are all lacking in basic socialization skills? They do not understand that there are other people in the world who are not exactly like them. They don't understand already that they may be working with other people who are not exactly like them. Now, I'm trying not to go to the extreme of thinking that our speaker is couching her language and covertly asserting that graduate students, writ large, are religiously intolerant racists. But I'll tell you, it's not easy.
And so one of the things that we think is really important is to work very closely with schools to say, how can that come a part of what students actually learn, which is just as important as any technical skill, so that by the time they come into the business world, they already have that acumen and they can work better and they can work more successfully.
So, colleges need to teach their graduate students the skills of understanding that there are people of different races, religions, and backgrounds in the world because 20 plus years of simply being alive has not already informed graduate students of that fact. PricewaterhouseCoopers is so highly enlightened and so socially aware that it knows graduate students and the colleges they are coming from are utterly brain dead by comparison. Got it.
We have done a lot with CEO Action for Diversity and Inclusion, and that was an effort really started by CEOs to say, what are the things that we need to do within our own workforces to really change the landscape?
Well, I am fascinated to know what artificial measures have been implemented to revise the aesthetics in such companies.
One of the areas was reaching out to colleges and universities and saying, join the effort. And so we have about 80 that are there.
So, prior to those efforts, colleges were negligently producing a bunch of skilled, yet racist and xenophobic isolationists. Got it.
When we look at what some of them have done, some of them have curriculum, some of them have that it's mandated as part of the elective process, but really look to teach people and to have them understand their blind spots, have them understand what it means to be a part of micro inequities and what does it mean to have privilege. And some schools have gone there, and we've seen a real difference in those students being prepared and being able to really effectively work within a work environment.
Micro inequities and privilege. So, PricewaterhouseCoopers prefers to take on graduate students who have already been marinated in social justice thinking so that they can come to employment with a pre-baked understanding of how to assess the, racially less fortunate,
That's about giving people a voice who don't have one.
and get in line with the company's culture and ideology. Because if PwC can get the colleges indoctrinating students into social justice before they even arrive at the job interview, well, that saves a lot of extra time and money in behavior training and mental conditioning at PwC. But then, I'm not sure there are many institutions of higher education left that aren't already pushing social justice initiatives. So, I guess PricewaterhouseCoopers has a very large pool of woke talent to choose from. It is so nice to see that a corporate giant is looking out for the inherently underprivileged and the hopelessly uneducated. Without guiding hands of benevolence like PricewaterhouseCoopers, I don't know what we would do. And I am certain that the world will become a far more diverse and inclusive place as soon as we all begin thinking the way that they want us to. As always, thank you for watching.